Hmm. Hmm. That game, people. That game was tougher than we first thought. Sheffield United gave us a hard game. Gave us a hard game, and it was tough. It was really tough coming through that game. So let's talk about this game. Let's do this, people. Let's do. Hello, everyone. Welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. That was a tough game. Let's just be honest here. It was a tough game. We wasn't gonna get our way in that game. It was one of those games that we had to fight hard and to get the win. And the referee, the officials didn't make it any easier for us. We had to battle through and get our points basically to be like joint at the top of the league. Everton obviously have a game in hand, but we're joint top at the moment, and we're just gathering points to get away from the rest, which is looking good so far. We need to stop speaking about Van Dijk at the moment. It's the players that's playing we need to worry about. Van Dijk is injured for the season, so we just have to put that aside. We're all sad about it, but that's football. You're not always going to get your best players playing, and especially with challenges like Pickford has done. It was always going to put him out because the ACL injuries are horrendous. They take time to for rehab, and that's what's going to happen to Van Dijk. It depends how fast he is. Well, is he a fast healer? Is he going to be back before the end of the season? You never know. You never know with Van Dijk. You know what I mean? Because the guy's a miracle worker anyway. So let's just hope he comes back. But we have to put him on the side, people, because there's players that's important now that's playing on game in, game out, and we have to trust them, and we have to believe in them, and we have to give them confidence as well. As for the penalty for the first goal for Sheffield United, I don't know what the rules are anymore, people. I have no idea. I'm confused. It ain't a man's game anymore. This ain't football anymore. It looks like something that just being made up with men with suits, and we're just making up rules as we go along. I prefer the old ways, no VAR. Just go back to the mistakes the referees used to make, and it was simpler then. At least you made news and talked about it properly. Now you got the equipment, and you're still making mistakes, which makes it even harder for other people to understand the game. Um, I'm done with it. I'm done with this VAR. Just get back to old rules. Get back to basics. Let's just make mistakes like we used to and let the referee take the charge of the game. What's the point of lineswomen and linesmen? What's the point of them? I mean, they shouldn't even be running up and down that field. Are they only keeping fit? What's the issue with this? It doesn't make sense. I mean, because they get overruled all the time. There's no use for them. There's no use for linesmen and lineswomen. Just get rid of that, because you might as well just use the VAR to do the offsides and have a big screen on the side saying it's offside or not. It's just all a mess at the moment. I don't know how that was a penalty for Fabinho. First of all, it was a free kick by the referee, and then they looked at the VAR and they said it was a penalty. If you look at where he won the ball, Fabinho won the ball. It looks like it was just outside the box. It wasn't even in that line. So that decision is already suspicious. It's been listen. With Liverpool, everything's suspicious now. I'm starting to be convinced that they don't want Liverpool to win the league. Don't forget, people. Last season, we embarrassed the league. We should have been not 18 points clear, 30 points clear, maybe more than that if we was bothered. And and the Premier League don't like that. The Premier League is the only league in Europe that actually there's competitiveness goes on. Like different teams win it. Not like Spain or Serie A or Germany or Portugal. You know what I mean? Like the Premier League, there's different teams all the time win it. So I think this is why we're getting screwed over this season. This wasn't happening last season, people. This was like it was fair. It was more fair than this season. But now we're getting screwed over left, right, and centre, and happening on a regular basis. That was no way a penalty, people. Whatever you say, that was no way a penalty. Let's just be honest here. We got cheated that one. So Berg scored, sent Alisson the wrong way, and they're 1-0 up. The game went on. The team performance was outstanding, in my opinion, because a lot of people were complaining about the actual like ball retention of Sheffield United. It wasn't. But what do you expect? I don't understand. What do you expect from our team if another team is trying to battle us and all that stuff? Since we're the home team, and they're in the bottom half of the table as well. They're gonna have to do that, and not only that, don't forget our team has been like recently patched together because of the injuries we had. So um, Gomez is the lead at the back now, and Fabinho is playing at the back. And you gotta like understand it's gonna take time for them to gel and then hopefully become a proper team. Allison was back as well yesterday, people. Isn't it great to see when Allison's at the back and directing play from his goal line? This is the best. I prefer that any day of the week. He just needs to stay fit. And as much as like I don't argue about Adrian, I know a lot of people don't like Adrian, but I don't argue about him. It takes time for goalkeepers to actually gel with the team and become trustworthy. You don't just come from the cold and then just come into the team and expect the goalkeeper to actually become the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. It won't work like that. It takes time. I think Adrian was coming to his own as well before Alisson came back yesterday. Alisson is back, people. Be happy. The defense looks solid as well. I like that Trent shot from the halfway line as well. What a shot. What a shot by Trent. Another time, I think that would have been a goal, but the keeper, fortunately for them, clipped it over the crossbar. And there was another cross from Trent, and Mane obviously. Mane should have scored, let's be honest, people. That shouldn't be a goal by Mane. Mane hit the goalkeeper, and then he rebounded towards Firmino, and Firmino got his first goal in the first half. Firmino's kicked out his season now, people. Let's just hope he continues, because he played in a different position, if you understand what I'm saying. He played at like a number 10 yesterday, and he was outstanding. Maybe that's what he needs to play. But without that front line, when they're dominating and on fire, it worries me, because I'm used to seeing those three at the front and dominating teams and ruining teams. They just have to get back to basics, them three. Like, pass to each other. And stop being greedy at times. Like if a player is at the far side, all he has to do is tap it in. Please pass it to him. You know what I mean? Don't be greedy and try to shoot from strange angles. I think I believe the front three will get back to basics once the whole team gels and everybody's back. When Thiago is dominating the middle, giving them passes, I think that the front three will be dominating, and especially with Thiago and Firmino, they might gel, they might pass to each other, because they're intelligent players. Don't get me wrong, they're intelligent players, so they might help each other in that way, and then we could dominate teams more often. Like dominate the ball. That's what I'm looking for. Like dominating the ball instead of like letting them play, and then we just do deep line defending outside the box and all that stuff, and try to stop teams scoring. I'd rather us have the ball, and then not like Man City. Man City bore the heck out of me when I watch them. They're actually boring to watch. Let's just be honest here. It's the same thing year in, year out. There's no new structure. It just gets boring. A lot of people have been saying that. So the second half started. We continued like the same way as the first half, but slightly more dominant. And Salah got a goal, an outstanding goal, but it was disallowed for offside, which is understandable. That one I can take, because it was slightly offside. And then the ball came in again. I think it's from the left. Mane crossed it in towards Jota. Jota headed it in. What a powerful header it was as well. So Diego Jota is not only like a pacey player. He's got power. He can head. He can finish. So in time, when he gets used to the players, I think he's going to become an outstanding member of the team. No doubt about it. No doubt. The thing that worried me at the second half is that our deep line defending, we let Sheffield United come back into the game. We gave them the ball a lot. They were like passing it back. Listen, even if Sheffield United at the bottom of the table, they're still a good team. The only thing that's wrong with them at the moment, they got a lot of injuries. Can you imagine when the injuries has been solved and they come back? I think they'll be more powerful than what we saw. They were more dominant in the latter stages of the second half, and they could have got a goal on another day, probably an equaliser, and then us lot coming back. We try to come back, but probably too late. But luckily, it finished 2-1. My man of the match was Joe Gomez. He became a man yesterday. Let's just hope he continues with that, and Matip comes back eventually and helps him out as well. Because I prefer Fabinho to play just in front of the defence, not actually at the back. I think Fabinho is a good cover, but I can't see him like actually staying as centre back on a regular basis. I think when the January transfer window opens, I think we should be looking at another defender, a regular defender, because Fabinho is the best central defensive midfielder in the world. Let's get him back to where he belongs, please, Klopp, please. Yeah, Joe Gomez is the man of the match for me. Away from Liverpool, I watched the Man United versus Chelsea game. I saw the Maguire guy again. He manhandled the Chelsea player in the box. He actually choked him to the floor, and the VAR didn't look into that. Is that suspicious, people? Let's just be honest here. Is that suspicious or not? But Fabinho makes a great challenge. He gets a penalty against him. See, this is what I'm saying. The rules of the Premier League is very, very, very weird, and it worries me. It really worries me. The decisions don't make sense because you got VAR to help you out. Why are you making mistakes? You know what I mean? Why are you making mistakes when you got VAR? Explain that to me. I don't want to be moaning, people. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Take care.